Okay, stratified sampling is when groups in a population share something in common. For example, age, gender, grade, education level. Okay, and what you want to do is you want to take a certain proportion of, say, each age or each grade, so that the sample is representative of the population. So step one, we're going to determine the percentage of how many people you want to sample. And then in step two, we're going to take that percentage and we're going to sample that percentage of each of the groups. Okay, so for example, if you have 100 grade 11 students and 200 grade 12 students and you want to sample 10%, well, that's easy. You would take 10 of these students and 20 of these students. 10% of each. Okay, so here's a little bit more of a complicated, it's not too complicated regardless, but example 3, Mathville wants to survey their students to see what they want for a theme for the next dance to be. Okay, so here are the grades of the students, here are the numbers of the students. Okay, so let's design a stratified sample for a survey of 25% of the student body. So if we want 25% of the student body, what I would do is first, we know that 880, which is the total students, 880 times 0.25, we're going to end up sampling 220 students. So in order to break those up, let's break this up. Nice T-chart. Okay, in order to break up those 220 students, we need to know how many of each. So let's do, there's 255 grade 9s, and we want to sample a quarter of those individuals. So that's, it says 63.75, but we can't sample 0.75 of a person, so let's just round up to 64. Okay, there's 232 grade 10 students. Okay, we want to sample 25% of those people. I get 58. Okay, there's 209 grade 11 students, and then there's 184 grade 12 students. So 209, I get 52 and a quarter, so we'll just round down to 52. And then I get 46 and a quarter, so we'll run down to 46. 52, 46. Now let's add these up and let's just double check that they equal at least somewhere around, yeah. So these right here equal bang on this 220. Okay, so 20% of the population will include 25% of the population will include 25% from each of these groups. Okay, suggest other ways to stratify this sample. Okay, we could break it up into male versus female. Okay, we'd also break it up into ages, because remember, some people still start high school when they're 13, and then some people don't leave high school until they're 20, for example, right? Yeah, those are two additional ways that we could stratify this. And then we could take a certain percentage of both of those. Okay, now cluster sample. This is when you sample an entire group. This is important when we're reading the questions, since they're likely to be representative of an entire population. But like, for example, you cluster one group, and then you pick one group out of like the entire population, you sample them. So you sample every employee working at Tim Hortons to represent all of Tim Hortons. Okay, one location. Or you sample every student out of, we call it rider. Every rider out of one flight to represent 100 flights that flew today, for example.